we're doing symmetry. This is basically the last lesson for chapter 3. Symmetry involves like being able to cut something in half, like a line of symmetry cuts a shape in half, perfectly in half. Like when you make the fold, all the corners match up, all the sides match up, everything. So I'm going to use a ruler for this one, and I'm going to do, I'm going to draw lines of symmetry. The directions say, can the following shapes be reflected across a line and map onto itself? So if I have this triangle, purple triangle, and I said, can I cut this triangle in half and it map onto itself? Mapping onto itself means it matches up. So no matter how I fold this triangle, it's not going to map onto itself because it's not like a perfect, it doesn't have any great lines of symmetry. So that means that like this square, okay? I can fold this in half. I can draw a line of symmetry, and yay, when I cut that in half, when I fold that square in half, the left side matches the right side, everything's perfect. Here, horizontally, I can make a line of symmetry. That's perfect. Diagonally, because it's a square, I can. Also this way. So you're just being able to say, oh, can you make a line of symmetry? Can the shape map onto itself? So this one's a yes. For the triangle, make folds. It's an equilateral triangle, which makes a huge difference. So yeah, there's one line of symmetry, every corner. Turn the shape if you want to see it better. Here's another line of symmetry. That's perfect. Here's another line of symmetry. Okay. So this is a yes. This has 3 lines. This had 1, 2, 3, 4 lines of symmetry. Okay. So can you cut it in half? It's easy. You look at it and you decide. Next, can the following shapes be rotated about a point? Okay, here's the trick for rotations. Where would the point of rotation need to be? Usually it's the center. And what would the angle of rotation be? The angle of rotation is 360 degrees divided by the number of sides. So this is shape A, B, C, D. So I'm going to do 360 degrees divided by 4 because there's 4 sides to my square. Easy, right? Then I'm actually going to show you how it rotates. I'm going to use tracing paper. I'm saying that every 90 degrees, remember 90 degrees is a, what we just talked about, it's like a movement of one quadrant, but also, okay, I'm going to have to focus on the center, right? And I'm going to rotate. I hope this is the center. I don't know. I'm doing my best. So here's 90. Here's 180. Here's 270. And back to the beginning again, 360. Okay. The point of rotation is the center. I can rotate it every 90 degrees and it will still be the same shape. It will map onto itself is the word. Okay. Next one, I'll do this triangle, ABC. Well, this shape has 3 sides, obviously. So every 120 degrees, I rotate, which you guys looks like this. Oh, that wasn't very good. Anyways, 120 degrees is like this. Here we go. Okay. So my center was kind of, I guess, there. 120 degree rotation. Ready? Here's 120. Here's another 120, so 240. Got it? See how I'm doing my rotations? Okay. So I've got lines of symmetry and I did rotations. Now I'm going to look at the following letters and I want you to tell me if I can draw a line of symmetry. So can I draw a line and cut this in half? L. What do you guys think about L? Yes or no?
No.
Draw a line anywhere? Or... No, it would be off center. It wouldn't match up. Someone else, M.
Yes.
Where would the line of symmetry be on M?
Vertical.
It would, straight up and down. Now try rotating it. That's going to be a challenge, guys. Because even if I rotate M, the shape would not become itself again unless I did a whole 360. So there's not anything special about, I can't rotate. I mean, obviously every letter, if you rotate it 360 all the way back to the beginning, is going to work, right? N, even like, no, nothing. O, please notice that my O is not a capital O is different than, well, it should be. Is it? Let me look at my keyboard. A capital O is a perfect circle, but look at this O. This is not perfect circle. This has an oval shape to it. I think that for this O, because it has a bit of an oval shape to it, I can do this and this, but rotating 180. You could do a 180 rotation. P. Anything special about P, you guys? Any lines? No? Well, it's no. Okay, so. All right. Flags are a whole nother thing. So I've got a really horrible photocopy, actually. Here's my real. Okay, does your photocopy look like this or does your photocopy look like this? Which one does your guys look like?
The first one.
This ugly one? Ah, So when I take a picture versus photocopy something, I don't have like a photocopy machine. So anyways, I'll just use this one. I want you to see the colors for what they are. Okay, Great Britain, guys. The Great Britain flag, the diagonalness of some of these like dark lines and white lines is the deciding factor. So check this out. I drew on Great Britain's flag these two dark lines here with like, I'm trying to be perfect about this one. Okay, now, if I rotate it, I'm gonna do my best to center it. Like, well, let's first talk about the lines of reflection. Because of the way, see how this dark rectangle is here, but then on the other side, it's on the lower and there's more white space above it. So these two are off. Even if I folded it in half, either way, when you fold the Great Britain flag, it will not have consistency. It will not fold onto it. It will not map onto itself. So rotation though, okay. Here's 90, obviously not. Here's 180. And yeah, that one does work. I mean, it was like my center wasn't perfect, but the point of rotation is going to be around the center, and the angle of rotation to make it map onto itself is 180 degrees. Jamaica. Okay. My diagonal lines are really nice and perfect. Yeah. So straight up and down is one line of reflection. Horizontally is another line of reflection. The point of rotation is the center, and it's 180 again.
Miss Grant, can you explain the Great Britain flag again?
Great Britain, see how this dark section right here and this thicker white section, the dark line is on top and the white's on bottom. Well, when I try to flip it this way, my white and my dark switch positions. So I cannot fold it vertically. I cannot draw a line going up and down and fold it like this. Likewise, when you try and fold it like so that's not gonna work. I'm gonna erase that. So now what if I drew a line down the middle and tried to fold it? Well, look at where this lines up. This dark line lines up to this white line when I fold it in half from top down to bottom, let's say. So that's not gonna work either, okay? So you cannot fold. There are no lines of reflection in this flag.
Okay.
Chile. Chile's not that good either because the white and the black don't match up. The star looks great, but this white square randomly in the corner doesn't help us. So there's no lines of reflection. And I mean, I can say my point of rotation is the center, but even still, it has to be 360 degrees all the way around.
Can you also explain how you get the point of rotation and the angle of rotation? I'm not quite getting that.
The angle of rotation specifically is because every flag has a different design, you have to look and decide. If I were to trace Great Britain, this is the best I can do with tracing Great Britain. I trace Great Britain, right? So how much can I turn it before it matches up again? So 90 degrees, I'll go this because we talked about 90 actually being this way. This is 90. This is 180. And yes, when I rotate 180 degrees, it does match back up again. I'm specifically tracing out the dark sections of the Great Britain flag. So it's me using tracing paper and turning the paper to figure it out. Let's go to Trinidad and Tobago, and I can actually, okay, here's Trinidad and Tobago. No matter a line of reflection, it's not going to match up because of the diagonal of the line. But rotating, to get the center, maybe that's it. Okay, ready? 90, nope. 180, yup. So it's 180. So it's hard to visually see. Tracing paper helps a lot. Okay. So the next thing I gave you was a worksheet that had more flags. Now, some of the flags, the coloring, you can't actually see the colors. I don't need you to Google search all of them. Let me first stop the, okay, I'm gonna